Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drone Tank. This is the Boynton Aerospace Science Academy, and today we're presenting you the Aircraft and Rocket Pre-Flight Inspection Drone, or AIRD.
Hello everyone, my name is Humberto Vieja and I'm going to be talking about the operations and functions of the AIRD. So the AIRD will be a tool to ensure the safety of operation for the aircraft or a rocket. As an example, we can put the 747 and the AIRD can go on top of the 747 or the rocket, and it can see corroded surface or a hole that normally we won't be able to see because it's too high for us. The AIRD will only take about 10 minutes to completely inspect all areas of the aircraft from takeoff to landing. And this short amount of time could potentially save lives and money. The aircraft would be like the size of a Mavic Mini, equipped with a zoom camera. It will also record every flight before takeoff and after landing. This ensures if an accident occurs, they can go back into a recording flight and figure out the issue.
So what does the AIRD consist of? The Mavic Mini is a perfect size drone for the job of the AIRD and the type of operation. It is small enough to be portable, but also big enough to sustain winds and height. We also can fit a zoom camera onto the AIRD drone to be able to zoom onto surfaces and be more easily to detect any faults or anything that may be dangerous to the flight. The Mavic Mini is also small enough, thus in case of emergency, in case it comes in contact with an aircraft, it may not damage itself or the aircraft and the leading edges.
How the AIRD would operate in an airport doesn't sound like a good idea, having a drone operate in an airport full of big airlines and big airplanes. But this red line on the map shows where the drone would stay and where it would be programmed to stay within. It would not be able to go outside of this area, and it would only operate in that area and that area alone. And deeper within the area, the drone will be restricted to a certain gate, and it'll be pre-flight inspected at those gates. So only the unmanned aircraft will be stationed at a certain gate. And as we see in this picture, it's more zoomed in, and we can see the aircraft. We can see the aircraft circled with the blue, and the drone would only be able to fly in that area at a certain height, and it would be very restricted, but it would still be able to inspect that aircraft. And it would be stationed only at that gate, and every gate would have their own unmanned aircraft and their own operator. This would ensure efficiency, because if only 2 unmanned aircraft inspected all of them, it would take them forever, and there would be a big line build up for everybody to get inspected before the departure and arrival. And they would record the flight, so after they could go back and see what happened or if they missed something. And then for the rocket operations, since rockets don't have gates or takeoffs, and like an airport, they have launch pads. So right when the rocket is attached to the launch pad, it would be inspected, and before its takeoff, it would be further inspected, and it's secured to the pad. So now they would make sure everything is sealed, make sure everything is ready for takeoff. The unmanned aircraft would then look for, after the return of the rocket, would look for damage or anything wrong with it that could have happened during the operation in space or wherever it went. And then the unmanned aircraft would land with the operator before takeoff and get to a safe distance so it wouldn't get damaged from the takeoff, the launch area. And it would be marked with its launch pad as it's stationed. Same thing with the gates, it would be marked.
So another advantage of the AIRD will be that it can be able to see people that, things that people can't see. So for that, we were thinking about putting an X-ray system into the drone to view the internal conditions of the aircraft and the systems. So it basically can detect cracks on the surface, or it can go even more in depth, and it can look at the cables and the state of the cables. and it's also good for the maintenance because they can quickly identify the affected area.
So to conclude, the ARID could help something catastrophic or mistakes in aviation. Development will be relatively cheap with the Mavic Mini starting at $400, and the expensive areas would be features such as X-ray and hiring operators for this type of drone. Thank you so much, Embry Riddle, for giving us the opportunity to compete in the drone tank, and we'll see you soon.